Okay, children. Once again, very good evening to all of you. Right. So,
Good evening, teacher.
yeah. Okay. So, children, it is the last week of this year. I know that some of your friends and colleagues may have been or visited several places, but that's okay, right? We have to ready for grade 7, right? Whatever happens, because the academic year will be started, okay? Right. So, children, without taking much of the time, we'll discuss our topic today, right? Plant diversity. Under that, we discussed lot of things up to today, right? So we discussed about the diversity of roots, how roots different from each other. Likewise, children. Okay, so children, today we have to continue at the point which we stopped previous week. Okay, so children, we were discussing about diversity of roots, right? So then we discussed about special types of roots and their adaptations. Okay, right. So children, we'll first of all continue what are these special types of roots, and basically I told you what is the main function of root, right? Main function is anchoring plant into ground, right? They are after absorption of the nutrients and water. So likewise we discussed, right? So then today we are going to discuss about the climbing roots and the relevant things, respiratory roots like special types of roots. Okay, right. So I hope that you are ready with the lesson. Okay, all right. Okay, so then we'll move with that. Take out your tune. If you don't have the tune, I know that newly joined students are here, right? One or two here, but that's okay. You can keep separate set of papers to note down your note, right? So your first point is just listen and write down the most important things which is relevant to you, right? Okay. අද note එක නැති කවුරු හරි කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා නම් මේ printer tube එක නැති කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා නම් ඔයගොල්ලන් වෙනම කොළ සෙට් එකක් තියාගෙන අදට චුට්ටක් ලියා ගන්න. Okay? Right. So children, first of all, we are going to finish our discussion related to functions of the special root of plants. So children, turn to the page number 7. We are going to fill, right, other rows of this functions of roots of plants table. Okay, right. So in the page number 7, we have more to discuss. Okay, right. All right. So children, first of all, I would like to recall your memory. Recall your memory. Right? Okay. So here, now, we discuss crop roots, right? Silk roots, aerial roots, right? That is the point. Okay, children. Can you hear me? Can you hear me well?
Yes, please. Yes,
Okay,
teacher.
good. Right. Okay, nice to hear. All right. Right, children. So then, let's move with the today discussion. Okay, no problem. Children, previous week we discussed crop roots, silk root, aerial roots. Now, today we are going to discuss about climbing roots, respiratory roots, storage roots, and roots with root nodules. Okay, so I hope that you are ready with the journey. Okay, right. So, children, first of all, we'll discuss about climbing roots. Climbing roots. Okay, right. Climbing roots, children. Here, you can see in my diagram also, I have mentioned climbing Right. Children, I'll show you some example. Live specimen for climbing roots. What is this? This is part of pepper vine. This is part of pepper vine. Gummiris velaka kotasa. Part of a pepper vine. Children, I'll show you where the climbing roots present. Here children, these points, right? If you clearly observe, I'm not sure whether it is clear to you, right? Okay, children. Okay, wait. Here, children, these points, right? Can you see, right? Here, root-like structures, right? We can see these places, right? Root-like structures are coming out. Why, children, these structures present? Children, when it comes to this stem, you know, this is the stem of this pepper vine. This is the stem of this pepper vine, children. Okay, this stem is, right? You know, you can see this is waving like this. Okay, so that is not much rigid. Okay, that is not much rigid. Okay, children. So here, this stem is very weak. So children, these climbing roots gives additional support to the plant to move up, to move up. Okay, children. So here, children, that's why these plants bearing climbing roots, climbing roots, climbing for the easiness of sticking with the host substrate, right? Okay, so sometimes you may have seen this is climbing with the help of kind of a stick, kind of you know, using kind of some right, some wires, right? It gives extra help. Okay, children, keep it in your mind. This is not the main root of this pepper plant. Okay, main root is in the ground. ප්‍රධාන මුල තියෙන්නේ පොළොවේ. These climbing roots present give an additional support for the plant, for the easiness to climbing, right? Because of this stem is very weak, children, very weak. Okay, so then it needs extra support. Okay, right? Likewise, children. So then climbing roots give extra support for the weak stem, children. Okay, right. I hope that you got it. Children, there are other plants also having climbing roots. Right? What is that? Beetle? Can you remember beetle? This is pepper, gummiris. Beetle means bulat. Yes. Beetle vines also having this kind of climbing roots, children. Okay, I hope that you got it. Okay, so children, let's write down. Right. Here I am writing. You can put the topic as climbing roots, right? Root type is climbing root. You can write down the example also, right? Here I am writing the function. Give a support, give a support for climbing vine, climbing vine, climbing vine. Due to the weak stem, දුර්වල කඳක් තියෙන නිසා තමයි මේකට additional support එකක් දෙන්නේ. Okay, due to the weak stem. You can write down quickly. pepper, beetle also we can write. Beetle. Okay, children. Noted. Or you need more time?
I'm still writing it.
Okay, right. Okay. Once finished, just say.
Finish, madam.
Okay, good. Okay, children. I hope that you've done now. Okay? Right. So, children, next one is respiratory roots. Right? So, children, are we doing respiration? Are we doing respiration?
Yes, madam.
Yes, we do respiration. Right? So, we get oxygen to produce energy in our body, generate energy in our body. Likewise, children, some plants also having respiratory roots. Right? Okay. So, children, these plants, right? We cannot see each and every place. Right? Most probably marshy lands. Marshy land, right? Ned, marshy lands. What's that marshy land? Right? Near to wetlands, we can see marshy lands. Madavagurubim. Right? So here, children, we can see these roots having plants either sides of the river banks. Right? Either sides of the river banks. Right? When the river is going, actually when the river flows into the sea, either sides of the river, plants bearing this characteristic feature, respiratory roots, kind of a special adaptation, right? Adaptation. You know, when winter comes, we are wearing jersey, right? And we are wearing sometimes coats, right? To get rid of from the low temperature. Here children, respiratory roots also having special kind of adaptation, right? Children, I told you in plants of marshlands and then near to the either sides of river banks, right? And mangrove ecosystems. Mangrove ecosystem means what? Mangrove. Mangrove ecosystem means children, padolan. Mangrove. Mangrove ecosystem. Right? Mangrove. Kadolana parisara. Kadolana. Right? So here children, mangroves we can see near, actually we can see this ecosystem related to the rivers. Right? Related to the rivers. Near to the rivers, these plants we can see with the special characteristic features called as mangrove ecosystem. Okay, Kadolana Parisara Paddhati. Children, we can see respiratory roots, right, as a special type of adaptation in plants, right? in some plants we can see this respiratory roots, right? Here, these plants, right? We can see most of the time of the year covered with water, right? You know, either sides of the river banks and marshlands, you know, moisture content is really high. Water content is really high. So then most probably plant root covered by water, right? මේ කඩොලාන පරිසර පද්ධති ගංගා ආශ්‍රිතයේ දෙපස පවතින පරිසරය මේ roots හැමතිස්සෙම වතුරෙන් වැහිලා තියෙන්නේ. Right? හුස්මක් අටක් ගන්න විදිහක් නෑ. හැම තැනම වතුර. Each and every place water is there. So then children, what this plant do? These plant roots coming out from water just like pencil roots. Just like pencil roots, these plant roots coming out. In some places, it's called as knee roots. Knee roots. Okay, knee roots. Okay, so children, what does these roots do? Avoiding the high water content, they coming out from the water and then do the respiration. Do gas exchange with outside. වතුරෙන් යට වෙලා ඉන්න නැතුව මෙයාලා ගොඩ එනවා. Right? කඩොල්, මහා කඩොල්, මල් කඩොල්, and then කිරළ. Like plants, we can see that knee roots or respiratory roots. Right? This is kind of a special adaptation, children. Okay? Right. Here, children, we can write down the function special adaptation. Special adaptation means anuvartana. Special adaptation. Adaptation. So that means, children, what is adaptation? They can survive in that harsh environment. Although water is there, roots coming out and do the gas exchange. Right? When we have cold environment, we are wearing a jersey, no? Right? Likewise, these plants also having that special adaptation for surviving. Right? Special adaptation for gas exchange. Gas exchange. Right? Gas exchange. Okay, we can write down of the plants of mangrove ecosystem. Mangrove ecosystem. කඩොලාන පරිසර පද්ධති. Right? Okay. Children, have you written? Have you written?
Yes, madam.
Would you like to see kind of educational content related to mangroves?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, teacher. Done, teacher.
you can see the screen. Can you see the screen of
Yes,
mangroves?
teacher.
Yes, miss.
Okay,
Yes,
right.
teacher.
Now you can enjoy. Okay, children, this is kind of an image of mangroves. Can you see pencil roots of the mangroves?
Yes,
Kadolana
teacher.
ශාකවල තියෙන අර pencil roots, knee roots, which is
Yeah.
coming out from the mangrove plants. Maybe kadol, mahakadol, malkadol like plants.
Teacher, what plant is this?
Here, children, most probably just check. Okay, so here that mangroves, I'll tell you, okay? Right? This is the nature of these knee roots or the respiratory roots, children. Okay? Right. Okay, I'll tell you what is the name of that, okay? Right.
Okay, teacher.
Dear children, next one, storage roots. Storage roots. What is storage root? Right. So here, I hope that you are eating beetroot, carrots, right? Manioc. Okay. Children, can you remember we discussed about beetroot, carrot, like roots, right? These are the example for the roots which stores food in taproots. Beetroot and carrot, taproots. Okay. So they are storing their food in taproots. Children, what is many of them? Many of. In Sinhala we call it as manioka in Sinhala. Right? Many of in English we call. Many of plants, children, they are storing food in lateral roots. Right? ඔන්න කොහේදිවත් අහලා නැතුව ඇති මේක. Right? Although you eat manioc, you don't know what are these type of roots. I also wondered in my childhood. Right? Carrot, beetroot are tap roots which stores food. Manioc is kind of a root which storing food in lateral roots. You know, from tap roots, these lateral roots are forming, right? Okay, so here children, storage roots, you know, storing of foods, the function of that. Storage of storage of.
Madam,
Yes.
can we take an example like radish?
Sorry?
Can't we take an example like radish?
Yes, we can get. Yes, you are correct. Radish, yes. Kohlrabi, no kohl. Okay, done, children? Done.
Still writing.
Okay, right.
Done, teacher.
All right. Okay, right. So children, we are moving with the next. Right. Okay. The next one. Next type of root is roots with root nodules. What are these things? Roots with root nodules. Children, in leguminous plants, leguminous plants, leguminous plants, Ranila sharper, leguminous plants, right? Mimosa, what is mimosa? Touch me, not plant.
Dikumba.
Right?
Dikumba.
Yes. Mimosa means touch me, not plant. Yes. Mimosa, tamarind. What is tamarind? When you are eating, you feel sour taste. Right? Yes. Tamarind is in Sinhala we call it as Tiyambala. Right? Here beans. Beans, cowpea, mung beans. Right? And then as well as mimosa. Right?
Long bean, madam.
Long beans, yes. Right? These also considered as leguminous plants. Right? Ranilavogan. Ranilavogan is Ranilavogan. Okay. So here children, what does these leguminous plants do? Children, what is the specialty of these leguminous plants? Here children, in these roots, there are root nodules. Right? So when you uproot these plants, uproot. Right? We just remove out the root, we can see, right? Ball-shaped root nodules. Right? Root nodules. Root nodules. What is the meaning of root nodule? Root nodule means Moolagatiti. In the roots, we can see goal-shaped structures, which is called as root nodule. Right? Goal-shaped. Goals-like structures, we write. Goals-like structures. What happened? Here. Goals-like structures. Children, I'll show you live specimen of these root nodules. Here you can see, this is a kind of sleeping beauty, right? මේ වෙනකොට මෙයා නිදාගෙන ඉන්නේ, right? This plant already started to sleep. Okay? So here children, I uprooted mimosa plant, right? So children, can you see goal-shaped structures in this root? Can you see goal-shaped structures? Right? Can you see here? Like this area and here this place also? Can you see shaped structures? Children, yes. If you uproot mimosa plants, children, we can see these goal-shaped structures. Tamarind plants, right? Tamarind is kind of a big tree. Okay? So then, children, what does this root nodules do? Children, inside these root nodules, there is a bacteria called rhizobium. Right? In these root nodules, children, there is a bacteria called rhizobium. Here, inside this root nodule, there is a bacteria called rhizobium. Rhizobium. Right? Children, you have good friends? You have good friends?
Yes.
Do you have good friends?
Yes.
This rhizobium bacteria is a good friend for this Leguminous plants. Cowpea, mung beans, tamarind, right? Rhizobium is a very good friend. Why? Right? That is one of the best friend of this leguminous plant. Why? This rhizobium can catch nitrogen from atmosphere. Right? You know plants need nitrogen. Plants need nitrogen for their growth. ශාකවර්ධනයට nitrogen ඕනේ. Right? Atmospheric nitrogen cannot absorb by the plants. මේ වායු ගෝලයේ තියෙන nitrogen වායුව absorb කරගන්න බෑ plants වලට. Children, this helper, this best friend, this bokka friend helps to this plant absorb nitrogen from atmosphere and give the plant, right? Nitrogen converts into ammonia and give to the plant. They don't need nitrogen fertilizers. They don't need, right? I don't need urea. I don't need nitrate fertilizers. But other plants, we are applying fertilizers. No? These plants, we don't need nitrogen fertilizers because they can fix nitrogen with the help of this helper, right? Help of this best friend. Best friend අපිට උදව් කරනවානේ. So then children, these leguminous plants, right, fix nitrogen with the help of this rhizobium bacteria. Okay, children. So here, children, if you need, right, you can draw this plant in one of the place that you have a space in the tube. If you need, okay. Then you can write down rhizobium, root nodule, like things. Okay, I am not forcing to draw this diagram. I know that there are some students who are interested in these contents. Okay, right. Here I am writing what is the function of this root, nodules and the leguminous plants. Here I am writing absorption of function. Absorption of atmospheric nitrogen. Nitrogen by rhizobium bacteria which lives in root nodules. In leguminous plants. All right. Now you can quickly write down.
Finish, madam.
Okay.
Not finish.
Okay. Children, done? Finish? Or you need more time? තව වෙලාව ඕනේ.
No, teacher.
Okay.
Need more time.
Okay.
Finish, teacher.
All right, children. Nah, right. Okay. So
I'm
then
still
we
writing.
still right?
The last.
Oh, okay, right.
Done, teacher.
Okay, right.
Done.
All right. Hmm. Right. Now, children, we are going to discuss about diversity of plant stems and functions. Children, there is a small problem in this tube. පුංචි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා tube එකේ. There's no place I have given to write definition of branch stems and unbranched stem. Right? Okay. So in your book also, they have not given a specific place to write this definition of this branch stems and unbranched stem. But that's okay. Right? I know that under the diversity of plant stems and the function in page number 8, there are two places. There are two places so that you can write branched stems and unbranched stems definitions also. Right? Okay. ඔය ඉඩ තියෙන තැනක ලියන්න පුළුවන් under the diversity in plants, stems and functions. Right? You can put branch stem and what is the definition. Small definition is there. Right? Other thing is that unbranched stem. Right? What is the example also. Right? Under that topic, you have specific spaces to write these definitions. Okay, ඉද තියෙනවා පහළ තියෙනවා වගුවෙන් පහළ. Under the table you have space and either sides of the diagram you can write. Okay, right. So here children, what is unbranched stems? Unbranched. No branches there in the stem. No branches. Right? The plain stem is going up to the right highest point, right? Just like some most probably, right? These unbranched stems having cylindrical shaped stem, unbranched. That means stems which don't have branches. Coconut, arecanut, right? Coconut, arecanut, right? Palmyra, these plants, grasses, right? They don't have a branch stem, no branches, right? So here children, you can write the topic unbranched stems, right? Unbranched stems means plants which don't have branches, right? So here children, in our botanical world, we can divide these stems, woody stems and non-woody stems also, right? Woody stems means children, we can get the wood from that plant, woody stems. Devamaya, Kashtamaya, woody. Woody substances we can get. Non-woody means herbaceous plants. Herbaceous plants, you know these plants, right? Right? You know from these plants we cannot get woods. නේද අපිට ගෙයක් හදන්න ලී ගන්න පුළුවන්ද මේ වගේ එකකින්? bear, right? Mango, jack, teak, take, right? So that is woody and non-woody. Here children, for your grade, we discuss main two types of stems, branch stems and unbranched stems. Okay, ඒ දෙක විතරයි අපි කතා කරන්නේ. Woody and non-woody we are not much discussing. Okay, right. Here we will write down unbranched stems. Right? ඉත තියෙන තැනකින් ලියා ගන්න in page number 8. Right? Because I have not given space to write or define branch stems and unbranched stems. Okay? Right. Unbranched stems, we can write down stems. Stems which don't have branches. Right? Examples. Coconut, arecanut, some grasses like plants also we can get it as examples. Okay.
Done, teacher.
Okay. Finish. ඉවරද? Okay. All right. So then we'll move with the next part, right? That is branch stems. Branch stems. Here, children, in my diagram, you can see a plant with branch stem, right? We can see it is divided into branches, right? You can see animals also living on that, right? On the branches, you know, jack, mango, right? Breadfruit, like plants, we can see branches. Okay, there are most of the plants available with branches. Okay, right. Sorry?
Guava plant. They also have branches.
Which one?
Guava.
Yes, guava. Yes, very good. Guava, jack, mango. Yes, your answer is correct. Okay. Right. Here I am writing stems. Stems. Which have branches. Okay. Right. So examples I am writing. Examples. Mango, jack, right? JACK, right? Okay. Right. So here, guava, pear,
Done, teacher.
okay. All right. So are there any still writing ones? No, right? තව ලියන ඉන්නවද? නැනේ. Okay. So then we'll move with the next one. Okay? Right. Now, children, we are going to discuss about diversity of the plant stems. Diversity of the plant stems and the functions of that. Okay? Right. Let's move then. Here we go. Functions of stems. Children, here I have given kind of a table in page number 8. First of all, you can write the function and you can write the example for that relevant function. Okay? Right. So, what is the main function of stems? Right? Bear fruits, leaves, flowers, buds. Right? Bear fruits, flowers, leaves, buds. Right? You know, children, when it comes to Jack, Naminan, Billing, right? Jack, Naminan, Billing. These plants, have you seen fruits on the stem? Khande gedi hadilati. Fruits on the stem. Right?
On
So,
Jack too.
yes. Here we have seen flowers on these stems also. Naminan, Billing. Right? So, children, likewise, okay, most of the plants, leaves, right, buds, fruits, right, flowers, bears by this stem. Okay, children. So, here, seeds also, right, seeds also bear by this plant. Okay. Okay. Here, I will write down functions, bears, flowers.
To keep the plant steady.
Sorry.
To keep the plant steady.
Yes, yes, I'll tell. Okay. Yes, yes. That is your answer is correct. That is also one of the function. Yes. In the next point, we'll discuss it. Good. Flowers, fruits, leaves, buds, right? Seeds. Examples we can write down. Jack, nominant, right? So here we use our singular word, nominant. So then we use inverted commas to show that. Okay? Believe. Right? Okay. Okay, children, done?
Done, teacher.
Okay, right. So the next one is support the plant to maintain rigid, right? Maintain it as a rigid one. Support for the plant to maintain or to keep it as a rigid one, right? Rigid. It gives mechanical support. One of the students told it, right? I can remember, right? Yes, it gives additional support for the plant to stay rigid. So it gives mechanical support for the plant, right? Okay. Support for the plant by keeping rigid, right? Rigid means, right? It gives actually it gives mechanical strength for the plant. Yantrika Shakti. Most of the plants we can see in woody plants, as non-woody plants also, right? Most of the plants it gives for the plant. Okay? Most of the plants, I am writing that. Most of the plants. We can write down it as example. Most of the plants.
Madam,
Yes.
we are taking the trunk of the tree to make furniture.
Yes. Dear children, we get the use of that, no? Right? We are the one preparing this furniture. No? This is, we are writing functions which is essential for the plants. Right? Okay. How plants stems diverse. Right? How plant stems diverse from each other. Right? And as well as we are discussing functions of these plants which is essential for the plant. ශාකය පැත්තෙන් වාසිදායක දේවල් පමණයි. අපි නම් ගන්නවා තමයි. Yes. අපි ගන්නවා these stems we get for prepare furnitures. Right? This function is related to the plant. Right? Okay. Did you get that? Okay. Plant functions of the stems. Right?
Okay.
Not the benefits that we got from the plants. Okay, children, done?
Done.
Okay, right. Okay, all right. So, children, next one is transport water and nutrients absorbed from root to upper plate or upper area of the plant. Other thing is that prepared or made food transported into roots for the functions, right? All these coordination done by the stem from roots to up or upper areas and from upper areas to roots, this transportation done by the stem. Okay, right. Here I am writing most of the plants, this also done. Transport water and food through the plant body. Plant body. Right? We can write down All plants. All plants, we can see this one, right? Okay.
Done, teacher.
Okay, children. Right. So then next one is vegetative propagation. Right? Vegetative propagation. Children, sometimes have you seen some plants can propagate by the stems, right? These stems have the ability to give a new plant. Stems have ability to give a new plant, right? For their easiness to reproduction. තමන්ගේ කට්ටිය වැඩි කරගන්න. Right? Sometimes these plants can propagate. Propagate means it convert into a new plant and grow some stems, right? So then once we go into relatives' house, not you, right? Your moms and aunties, they are sharing stems, right? Neither. Annie, can I have a small stem of this plant? Can I have a small stem of this plant to establish in my garden also? Right? Neither. Annie, මටත් දෙන්නකො මේකෙන් නේද? Stem kalla, right? So then they can get a new plant identical to the mother plant, right? නේද? අල්ලපු ගෙදර ආන්ටිටත් තියෙනවා අපේ අම්මටත් තියෙනවා නේ. Identical plants we can grow up using stems, but not all plants having this stems, right? All plants cannot give a new plant through stems, right? Only some plant stems can ability to give a new plant, have a viability to give a new plant. Viability. Viability means what? Ability to form. Viability. Viability. Ability to form new. Right? If you don't know this word. Ability to give or form. Right? So these stems have ability to give a new plant. Viability to give a new plant. අලුත් ශාකයක් දීමේ හැකියාව තියෙනවා සමහර stems වලට. Some stems have that ability. So that is called as vegetative propagation. In Sinhala we call it as වර්ධක ප්‍රචාරණය. Vegetative propagation. Using stems we can get a new plant. Right? No need to produce seeds. No need to have seeds. Okay? Likewise. But only in some plants varieties. Vegetative propagation. Right? Vegetative propagation. Some varieties of plants. Varieties mean some species. සමහර ශාක විශේෂවල විතරයි. Varieties. Some groups of plants. Right? Some varieties. Here, rather than varieties, I am giving some groups, right? Okay, so that is bit of advance for you. Some groups of plants.
Done, teacher.
Right. Okay. So children, we'll discuss about the next function, right? Next function of this class. Okay. Right. Next one is children, storage of foods. Storage of foods. Right, children. Storage of foods. Children, some plant stems store foods. Right? Kitul. Sugarcane. Sugarcane, you know, we prepare sugar using sugarcane in our countries, in tropical countries, right? Some countries they use sugar beet, right? So here we use sugarcane. Sugarcane is kind of a stem, food stored, right? In this stem, they have stored food, right? So then children, that is also kind of a function of stems of plants. Other thing is that children, kitul. I hope that you may have eaten confectionaries, rasakabili, right? Or foods which prepared using kitul flour. Kitul piti, kitul flour, right? So then we get this kitul flour by cutting down the stem of kitul, right? Okay, kitul gahe කඳේ තමයි මේ පිටි තියෙන්නේ. Right? Okay. So it is called as in Sinhala kitul border. Right? So here children, kitul stem we cut down and we get the kitul flour for the production. Okay? Right. So that is very tastier one. So then if you have grandmothers, grandfathers in your houses, oh, right, most probably they know how we can prepare kitul talapa. Right? Okay, very tastiest fruit. Okay, so here children, I wanted to tell you, right? Some plant stems also can store foods in their stems. Right? Okay, so we can show sugarcane stem and kitul stem. Right? Okay, we
Teacher,
are going to show.
sugarcane is ook, right?
Yes, yes, ook. Yes. Right. So children, can you see this sugarcane stems? Sugarcane
Yes,
stem,
teacher.
I hope that you can see.
Yes.
Stem, they stores food in it, right? Sugar in it. Okay. So sucrose, they have stores in it. Okay. Sucrose, right? So that much of information on it. Okay. So here children, you can see now kitul, right? Kitul plant, right? So here kitul also, kitul stem also having stored food as starch. පිෂ්ඨය විදිහට තමයි යා store කරගෙන තියෙන්නේ. Okay? Likewise. Okay. So children will write down storage of foods. Storage of foods. Storage of foods. Right? Storage of foods. Here we can write down sugar cane. Kitul. Likewise. Hariga. Okay.
Done.
Right. Okay. So children, next one is photosynthesis. If you've seen vines of Hatha, right? Heres, plants heres, right? Navahandi, right? Navahandi. Like plants, have you seen green colored stems? Most probably herbaceous plants, right? Bimavavena, herbaceous plants, right? So here children, this is also kind of photosynthetic stem. You can see these stems are in green color. Green color means chlorophyll A and B present, right? Because of these green colored nature, these stems also can do photosynthesis with the presence of chlorophyll. You know, under the discussion of photosynthesis, we discussed chlorophyll needed for this function. Here you can see green colored stem. These plants also doing photosynthesis. Okay? Right.
Stem.
Yes.
Stem is helping to keep the plant straight.
Yes, here we discussed it, no? Support for the plant by keeping rigid or straight. It gives mechanical support for the plant to stay straight or rigid. Did you get it? Earlier we discussed it, right? කෙලින් හිටගෙන ඉන්න යාන්ත්‍රික ශක්තිය ලබා දෙන. It gives mechanical support for the plant to stay rigid or stay straight. Okay?
And
Right. Okay. Next one, photosynthesis we discuss. Here, Hatha, Heres, Navahandi. Right? Okay. Cactus, children. Cactus, you know, cactus also having green colored stem. Cactus. Pato.
done, teacher.
All right. Okay, children. Now we are going to discuss very special type of cell. Yeah, විශේෂාකාරයක stem එකක් මේක. This is also a stem, children. Right? So we are going to discuss underground stems. Underground, not underworld. Right? Underground stems. Underground stems means භූගත කඳා. පොළව ඇතුලේ තියෙන කඳා. Underground stems. Okay? Right? Yes. Here children, underground stems. Children, these are the examples for underground stems. Underground stems. So then children, we see these stems in outside also. No? අපි දකින්නවනේ මේ ගසුත් නිකන් have right you may have seen plant is coming out. Right? Plant is coming out like this. Leaves also there. Right? If this is not the stem, sometimes we are thinking, nee. Right? So children, this is not actual stem. This is not the real stem. That is fake stem. Fake, fake. Fake means boru, boru. Fake stem. Right? This potato also, we can see, the plant, we can see shoot is coming like this with the leaves. We feel that this one has the stem. That is also fake stem. This is the real stem, underground. Okay, children, have you seen banana trees? Have you seen banana trees? When
Yes,
I
miss.
was schooling,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
yes, when I was schooling, I also thought that banana stem means the green colored one which is coming out from the ground. Green colored one that is just like a stem, no? නිකන් ඒක කඳක් වගේනේ කෙසෙල් කඳ. But children, when teacher taught us, I understand that real stem located underground. Underground. Right? Goal-shaped root, not goal-shaped stem located underground. පොළොව යට තමයි එයාගේ කඳක් තියෙන්නේ. එහෙනම් මොකද ලොකුවට පේන්නේ? The big one that we can see. Right? You know, when it comes to banana plant, we can see like this, no? These are the leaves and we feel that this is the stem. Children, this is a fake stem. Fake stem. This is fake stem. Fake stem means it is called as in science word pseudostem. Pseudostem. Fake stem. Vyaja kanda. Boru kanda. Right? Okay. Fake stem. It is called as pseudostem. Pseudostem. මේව කොහෙවත් වැඩි කියලා දෙන්නේ නැහැ. Okay. If you need, you can write down. Okay. For your understanding and the knowledge, I told you. The real stem located underground. Right? Underground. We can see once uprooted. Right? We can see these are the roots. This is the stem. Real stem underground. Right? මෙන්න මෙයාගේ මේ යට ගෝලයක් වගේ කොටසක් තියෙනවා. Goal shaped comb. Comb කියලා තමයි ඒකට කියන specific name එක. Okay? So that much of information no need. Here children, these are the actual stems located underground. Okay? So children, ginger, potato, right? Onion, garlic, colocasia, plants having underground stems. Colocasia means what? Colocasia means habaral. Gahala කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? Colocasia plants you may have seen. Right? Now children, I'll show you underground stem of potato. Right? Here you can see underground stem of potato. Okay? Right. This is the real stem. Okay? Right. What is this one? What is this one?
Ginger.
Yes. Ginger. Right? Ginger. Here children, this is also real stem. Real underground stem. Okay?
Can't we take turmeric as an example for underground stems?
Turmeric as an example for underground stem. Right. So here children, what is turmeric? Have you approved turmeric? Right? Okay. So children, turmeric is what? That is underground stem. Yes, you are correct. Okay. outcoming green colored one is the shoot. Kahavala stem එක තියෙන්නේ පොළොව යට. Right? Green colored shoot is coming out with the leaves. Okay? Yes, you are correct. Very good. Okay? Right. So the next one.
Teacher,
Yes.
I kind of think like storage roots.
Yes, storage roots is all together. Here, this is not storage roots. These are right, underground stems. Right? It can store foods, yes. Right? Storage roots under we discussed carrot, beetroot like things, no? Right? We didn't write potatoes. That is stem. Okay? Did you get it?
Yes,
Name
teacher.
are stems. This is stem. Those were roots. Carrot, beetroot, manioc. These are the examples for food storing roots. These are stems. Right? Stems. Make a stem maker. Okay? Right. I hope that you got it. Chutta pattern. Okay. When you are studying, separately keep it. Okay? Right.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, welcome. Let's write down the not definition, right? We'll write down what are the functions of these underground stems, right? Okay, children, I missed something, right? Have you seen garlic?
Yes, teacher.
Garlic is also type of a stem. Type of a stem. That
What?
stem, underground stem. Children, where are the roots located here? These are roots, children. These are roots. Right? මේ වටේට තියෙන්නේ roots. Above these roots, this area called as stem. This is root. Around that, or upper area of that root, it is stem. It is stem. Upper area of this root. This is root. Around it, there's a stem. In leeks also. Leeks also we can see small amount of fruit like this. Above that we can see stem, right? Like this. Have you seen the leeks? Fruits are like this. Right?
Teacher, onions.
Yes, onion also. When children, your mom is bringing these vegetables, have a look. Right? Okay, ඔරෙන් බලන්න. අම්මා බලයි ඉඳන්නේ මොකද මේ ළමයාගේ එළවලු ටික අරන් යන්නේ කවදාවත් නැතුව කියලා නේ. Okay, so here children, in leaves, these are the roots and above that there's a stem. Right? White colored area. Okay, likewise. Children, this is what? This is what?
Onion.
Yes, onion. Here also you can see, right? Roots. Above these roots, right? This area, above this root. This is root. This is the root section. Right? You can see now. Now roots are there. Right? And around or above it, the stem is there. Okay? Here leaves are coming out. Okay? Likewise. Children, now I have mentioned what are the examples for underground stems. Ginger, onion, garlic, potato, leeks. Right? These are the examples. Here, first of all, children, we will write down what are the functions of these plant and underground stems. Okay? Right. We can write down storage of foods. Right? Storage of food. Foods. Children, if you need to get onion plant, what we can do? We are establishing this underground stem on the ground නේද? මේ අතට අපි දාන්නේ. We are establishing onion like this on the ground. So then after some time we can see leaves are coming out. Okay? Right. Here we can write down vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation means, children, I told you, if you have this kind of onion, we can get another new plant, right? If we have this underground stem, we can get new plant in the future, right? If you have garlic, potato, ginger also, if we have this feature, we can establish it on the ground and we can form new plants. Okay? Vegetative propagation. Vardaka pracharanya. Next one is, children, perination. Perination. What is perination? Children, you know these plants, right? These plants having stored foods nearly, right? These plants having these underground stems have stored foods. අපි ඉතින් ඒව කනවා තමයි. We also eat after cultivating. Here, children, why these plants storing foods? For their survival, right? අනිත් මම කෑම හදන්න ඕනේ මිනිස්සුන්ට කන්න එහෙම හිතනවද මේගොල්ලෝ? These are not thinking like that, right? This is part of their body. These are stem parts, right? So children, because of these stored foods, right, they can survive in harsh environments. They can survive in harsh environments, right? When they have unfavorable conditions, right? When the favorable conditions come, they can grow once again with the new plant. Okay? Likewise. Okay. So here we can write down perination. Perination. Here, plants survive in unfavorable condition. Okay, so these are the functions. You can write down the examples at the places that I have given. Here, in this ginger, onion, garlic, you can write down using the slide that I have mentioned. Children, can you see this? Onion is about to grow. පේනව නේද? මෙයාගේ උඩින් ගහ එනවා. Can you see sprout of this onion?
teacher.
Yes, green color, ne? Okay. This is also green colored one. New plant is coming. Vegetative propagation. If you establish this on the ground, we can get a new plant, but we have to maintain the moisture content in your ground. වතුර වැඩි වුණොත් මෙයා කුණු වෙනවා. So then most probably we can grow these things near Dambulla, Jaffna like areas. Because of this, avoid this spoilage of the onion. Okay? Or the stem. Okay. Children, did you write? Finish?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So then all the things finish, right?
Yes, teacher.
All right. So then, children, this is the last, I think this is the last class for this year, right? Okay, so children, we'll meet next year, right? In next week, we'll meet with a new year, right? So then, children, I hope that you have good resolutions in your grade 7, right? Now you are preparing for grade 7, right? So I hope that you have that relevant energy, okay? Right. So then, children, I'm going to wish you very happy New Year 2026, okay? So then, children, I'm going to wind up here for a while. Thank you for logging. Have a nice week. Stay safe. Merry Christmas also. Goodbye. Good night to all of you.
Thank you, teacher.
Good night,
Thank
teacher.
you,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher. Wish you a
Happy New
happy
Year,
new year,
teacher.
teacher.
Happy New Year, teacher. Happy New Year, teacher.
You too.